Hey guys, Bill from the Outdoor Lab here. Hey, you know, if you're like me and you're getting a little bit older and you're learning to appreciate the value of optics for your hunting experience, one of the things that I've never done is really used optics for turkey hunting. But I'm going to show you the options that we have to take one of my favorite old shotguns like this Remington 1100 or this Remington 870, both of which have been with me since I was a young guy, and mount optics on them that are going to be super effective for turkey guns. One of them is going to mount directly to the vent rib, and it's perfectly set up to put an optic at the right eye relief distance and give you an opportunity to put a red dot on your turkey gun. Another one we're going to talk about is what happens if your receiver is drilled and tapped, where you can either put a pick rail on it or if it comes mounted with a pick rail. So stay tuned, we're going to talk about those various options. So when you have a vent rib, you've got fasteners to where the vent rib fastens to the barrel. Warne mentions, very important, that the way this is designed, it's important to get between the fasteners. So as you're looking at your vent rib, you've got a fastener and a fastener, you want to mount it right between it. You also want to pay attention to the eye relief and not get too far down the barrel. I like to mount this right in the first full height section of the vent rib, so that I've got a pretty good eye relief when I'm down on the gun, not too far down. And also it means I don't have to turn my red dot up quite so bright, which can get a little annoying. So locate that. Mount your base plate here. Warne has this designed so that you can mount this with a number of different red dot options. So they've got Burris Fast Fire, Hollow Sun, Loophole Delta Point, and Delta Point Pro, a Sig Sauer Romeo 3, Trijicon RMR, and a Vortex Razor and Viper. So Vortex, one of my favorite red dots, works great. Get your plate mounted first. Should be torqued down to 18 pounds. I've got a 15-pound torque wrench. Make sure that you are careful and tighten these down equally on both sides. First screw, the second screw, the second screw, the third screw, and the third screw, and then make sure the last thing you do is tighten them down to the torque specs. So you get your base plate mounted, then you put your red dot on top of the base plate. They have little studs that will go into the various parts of the plate. So depending on the model you have two little front pegs that will fit into a stud hole, and then you've got two screws mounting it to the back. Again, don't forget, I mentioned before, VC3 thread lock, very, very important. And then torque these down to about 18 or 20 pounds also. Once you have that, now you've got your red dot mounted, you're going to want to bore sight your gun. I like this bore sighter from Real Avid. This mounts magnetically right to the front of the barrel of your gun. I'm going to use 30 yards as my distance to target, which would be an average shot out at a turkey. And I want my red dot and the bore, the center of the bore of my barrel, to be right at the same spot on the target. So this will make a deadly turkey setup. And then, just to be sure, fire a couple shots of your premium ammunition at a nice turkey target and just see how that pattern is. But I think you'll find this will make a dynamite turkey setup for you, and it will take your setup to a whole nother level. And for guys like me who are getting a little bit older and the vision isn't as good, I'm looking forward to hunting with a red dot on top of my favorite old shotgun. All right guys, the next step in the evolution of your turkey gun and your quest for good optics, if your receiver comes drilled and tapped or comes with a pick rail already mounted, you've got a lot of neat options here too. You can You can use another Warne product, a red dot mount. This is designed to mount right to your pick rail and allow you to put a very low profile red dot onto this. Same principle. Good thing about a 6-inch pick rail is you got choice of eye relief here, so you can move this forward or backward as you see fit. The other thing that I really like is the option to put on a turkey scope. This is Hawk's IR Vantage turkey scope. It's a 1-to-4 power, and this happens to be Mossberg's 500 Bantam Youth, which is a great starter gun for getting a kid started. One of the things that I really like about putting this scope onto this gun is oftentimes in the excitement of a first hunt, so many times as a child is drawing down on their game, they tend to look up and they don't hug their cheek down to the front stock, and therefore they're going to shoot way over their target. The very good thing about this, when you teach them to use this has an optic that puts a reticle right that you put right over the turkey's head, and so it's really well engineered, and especially for a young person who's in the excitement of the moment is going to have a shot at their first bird. This is a great way to get them on target and to make sure that they don't make a mistake that costs them a missed bird or worse, a wounded bird. So this is a terrific option. Not really expensive, but it makes a great combination, especially on a youth turkey gun. And for those of you who are really looking for a great optic for your turkey gun, if you can get a pick rail mount, or your receiver is already drilled and tapped for scope mounts, this is a terrific option. This is the Hawk Vantage IR turkey scope, and it has a great reticle. If you can zoom in on this, the reticle is perfectly made to just frame the turkey's head, and it's really well engineered. Folks, so here's a summary of what we talked about tonight. We mounted our red dot onto the vent rib of one of my favorite old shotguns, and this is now ready to go in the field. We bore sighted it using a real avid bore sighter and got this red dot zeroed in at about 20 yards. I'm going to take it out in the range tomorrow now and just test it on some turkey silhouettes, but I should be pretty close. We also talked about a youth turkey gun and the Hawk Vantage IR turkey scope, and also these really terrific products from Warne to either mount a red dot onto a pick rail or to mount a red dot onto a vent rib. So both of these are available from Warne. There's information in the footer. This product, 6108, is the vent rib, and 6109 is the pick rail mount. Both are terrific products, and I think you'll find they're really effective. So thanks for watching. If you like what we do, hit subscribe and like in the bottom, and keep in touch with us.